In now, the national spokesperson for the Republican National Committee, Dennard, joined us as well. So does Mark Halpern, political analyst. Great to have you both with us. But what do we call the West Virginia version of the Cornhusker kickback, Mark Halpern, if there is one?
You're testing me. Bring me back tomorrow. I'll have a good idea by then.
Okay, I'll give you some time. I don't mean to put you on the spot. But let's talk about the primaries. We want to focus on Michigan and Congressman Peter Meijer losing to Trump-backed candidate John Gibbs. Now, this is really, Paris, what the Democrats wanted here. They put a lot of money behind Gibbs. Will it backfire?
Yes, it's going to backfire because ultimately what Washington politicians and pundits and these committees have to understand is that it is what the people want. And Democrats should probably stop meddling in GOP elections and worry about their own candidates, worry about their own policies, which are failing the country and which are hurting Americans. For the first time in history, in November, Michigan is going to be represented by a black congressman that's going to be Republican. There are no black Democrats that are on the ballot for Michigan. That's historic. Republicans have 3 black Republicans on the ballot in Michigan. We're proud of all 3 of them, and we are excited about all of our candidates in Michigan because we know that Michigan can be won and will be won by the Republican Party.
Mark, let's get your take on that. You know, Democrats boosting these ultra mega candidates in the primaries, you know, spending millions sometimes trying to portray these GOP candidates as extreme far right. You know, their hope is to beat Republicans during the midterms, but many people say this plan may backfire and could backfire very likely. What's your take?
Well, Bianca, there's 2 criticisms of this practice. It's not unprecedented, but I don't remember it ever being done at this level with this many races and this much spending. One criticism is these Democrats, you know, speak out in moral terms about how they feel about MAGA candidates. And so here they are spending money on people who they say are against America. And then second is some of these candidates may win. And so some Democrats have argued that their party mates are playing with fire. Look, I've gone race by race and looked at all the cases in which their money has helped nominate someone. And in a lot of these cases, I think they have drawn weaker candidates than they otherwise might have. They have improved their chances of winning. In other cases, I think they've helped nominate folks who could win, and they will be ruining the day they spend money to elect someone whose agenda is antithetical to what they want. So it's an unorthodox and, for many Democrats, improper way to try to meddle with the other side.
Let's talk about some other meddling that Democrats want to do. This comes with the primary calendar, the presidential primary calendar. So projecting ahead to 2024, there was some discussion that the DNC would move things around. Iowa wouldn't be first. It wouldn't put so much stock in New Hampshire. But now, Paris, the DNC is delaying that decision. Why do you think they're doing that?
The DNC is delaying the decision because they don't want to upset, or I should say further upset, their Democratic base, which is already showing dramatic dips in approval rating for President Biden and the Democrat Party. So Democrat candidates all over the country are vulnerable. The DNC knows it. They know that this is a Republican year of take back of the country, both in the House and the Senate. And so they're not trying to do anything to further upset or alienate or disenfranchise Democrat voters.
Yeah, they don't want to have any unforced errors, I guess, in states like Iowa and New Hampshire, huh, Mark?
Yeah, look, I think their bandwidth is also at issue, and the White House has been oddly mostly quiet on this. This scheduling would normally, for a president who says he's running for election, this would be a White House-driven process. So far, it's been a party-driven process, and they're going to upset somebody with whatever they decide. And I think probably they were smart to say we'll upset people after the midterms rather than before.
Yeah, well, if you listen to Congresswoman Maloney from New York, he is not running for re-election. So there's that. Gentlemen, great to see you both, Paris and Mark. We appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Great to see all 3 of you.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. With inflation at its highest level in 40 years and interest rates skyrocketing, your retirement plans are in danger. Well, our friends at American Hartford Gold can help show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Yeah. If you call them right now, they have a special offer. They will give you a free gold coin on your first qualifying order. So don't wait. Call now. Here's the number. 866-935-4309. That's 866-935-4309, or text Newsmax to 65532. That's Newsmax to 65532. Thank you.